Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
So I was thrilled and a little scared when Patrick asked me to do this. I need to tell you up front, I don't believe in aha moments, that one-time light bulbs that happen. My whole life has been nothing but a series of aha moments. In fact, I had one doing this presentation, getting ready for it. Remind me to tell you about that later. So my first real aha came as a faculty member with sage words from a wise mentor. Your teaching has to be able to withstand the light of day, but your research has to be over the moon. We all know what that means. Minimize your teaching and maximize your research. But I always thought this was a marriage between teaching and research. In fact, UNT had pushed hard that teaching and research mattered just as much. And believe it or not, I always did think that I could do both of them. Research meets teaching, and they live happily ever after. Isn't that the way the story is supposed to go? So like a good little junior faculty member, I marginalized my teaching, worked on my research, and Joe Ignani at UTA Political Science, and Jim Mirnick, at that time only a friend, I swear to God, he was only a friend in my department. And we did a conference that took us to Europe. So we decided to take advantage and go traveling. We went to the newly established War Crimes Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia, the ICTY in The Hague, Netherlands. In Central Europe, the worst atrocities since World War II had gone down. Why, at Srebrenica, which you see there alone, 8,000 people in 5 days were murdered and put into mass graves. We were watching history in the making, and for the first time in history, a war crimes tribunal with 3 judge panels was prosecuting those responsible for violations of international law. Chief Gabriel Kirk MacDonald, you'll see her in the middle. Remember her. She's important for lots of our aha moments on down the road. And so our travels to find out more about ending the culture of impunity took us to Rwanda, where 800,000 people had been murdered inside 100 days in Central Africa because of ethnic rivalries. We went to genocide sites. We visited the central prisons where the numbers had grown to over 50,000 of genocide heirs. Rwanda was a different kind of aha, the kind of aha where you go, is there any hope? We met the widows of the genocide who were trying to rebuild lives, and there was the International Criminal Tribunal, once again responsible for prosecuting war crimes, trying to bring justice, trying to end the violence. There was still tenure to be obtained, a world to be explored, and our adventures took us globe-trotting, from trekking with the mountain gorillas on the border of Rwanda and the Congo to the glaciers of Antarctica. We wanted to go see everything. So one of the things about our quest for AHA has been to go on a mission, and as part of that mission, see every part of the world, from the land down under and diving the Great Barrier Reef, to hiking the Great Wall of China and visiting Tiananmen Square. Yes, once again, human rights violations are the common theme of our travels. So, in case it hasn't translated by now, Dr. Mirnick and I have a lot more in common than just our teaching and love of research. Along the way, somewhere, we fell in love, married, and well, aha, we gave birth to something much better than a publication. We gave birth to big ideas. We gave hope to the future. And so with the generous help of Charn Uswichok, in 2003, we went back to the ICTY to lead a study abroad group. Our goal, to give students a behind-the-scenes look at war crimes tribunals. There's Judge MacDonald meeting with our students individually. Indeed, our first piece of research that came out of the tribunal was with one of the grad students that went with us. So 2 years later, more groups, more publishing with yet more students, and eventually we brought Judge MacDonald to the campus to bring her AHA to our students because we wanted to share the light bulb that she had so generously shared with us. During the study abroad trips, I had the fortune to interview with Wendy Lobwine and Patricia Vizier-Sellers there on the far right. These women are walking AHA generators. You cannot be around them and not have your light bulbs going off all the time. And their passion for what they did made us want to share the world with what we were doing. So we brought more students over, growing and learning. We were fortunate enough to be recognized with the National Award for Most Innovative Teaching, and we were even able to see to it that some of our students were placed as interns at the tribunal. There's Rosa Aloisi serving as an intern to Judge Kwan. But we were not content, as you can never be once you start having the aha moments. When the War Crimes Tribunal, the ICTY, wanted to do the first survey ever, asking victims about the impact of testifying, they reached out to UNT to see if we would be willing to compete for the project. And guess what? Little old UNT won. Aha! So the focus groups began, the 5 and 6 a.m. conference calls with The Hague and Sarajevo, run by Patrick at Clear, and thank you, Mark Vosvik, somewhere where you are out there. We love you. Mwah. We collaborated with the psychology department to learn about victims of trauma and how to make it different. We presented our results this last June, and to give you some idea of how overwhelmingly successful the research was received, the ICTY has asked to do the one on Rwanda, Imagine Us. So I think one of the things that's so important in thinking about who you are is that this is a multi-level love story, right? This is about research and teaching. Teaching informs my research, and research informs my teaching, and I can no more separate the two than I can separate the moon from the sun and the day from the night. You see, the aha moments never end. Some you find yourself, some you stumble into. Never be afraid of the ahas and the light bulbs. Be afraid if you stop having them, or worse yet, you send them away. They are the moments that define who you are, and in the end, they will be who you become. Thank you.